Wait, I'm shocked. Where's the Sharpie? It hasn't bled through at all. Okay, I'm so excited. Hi everyone and welcome to my brand new YouTube channel and my very first YouTube video. So today I'm gonna be unboxing this new bullet journal that I bought from Amazon because I'm starting a new bullet journal for the second half of this year. This bullet journal is from a brand called Tiefossi. I think that's how you say it. And it's come in this neatly packaged little box. So we're just gonna try to get this open and see what it's like. Okay, so first of all, it comes in this cute little craft colored box with Tifossi's logo foiled on the back. I personally love to collect boxes for any future craft projects or storage, so yeah, I will be keeping this. And oh my goodness, first impression, it just looks so pretty. I personally love neutral colors, but my last bullet journal was a beige colored notebook, so I wanted to add a little bit of color in for the next 6 months. And this bullet journal is in this beautiful, rich, deep, cool kind of green with gold and red foiled accents, but they're still super minimal, not too distracting. This design is so gorgeous. I think this specific journal is the A5 Moonlight Melody notebook, and they say that the cover is made from vegan leather, which feels really nice to sort of touch and feel, and I just hope that it's going to be durable, but I will give you guys an update on that later because my journals definitely go through it during its use. The book itself is pretty thick. I think that's due to it having 190 pages and each page being 160 GSM in thickness, but we will put the paper to the test soon. And then the edges are gold foiled, which just gives this journal such an elevated look. Plus, bonus points because it comes with a little pen loop on the side, which is actually kind of big, so I reckon you could fit a pretty thick pen into this. So opening up into the inside of the journal, I can see this cute little thank you card inside. What does it say? It says thank you for your purchase. Oh, that's cute. And then on the back, it's just a little bit of information about Tiefossi and I guess their social media channels. So on the very front page, they have a little section for you to write your name where it says this book belongs to. And then on the left hand side, it's just again gold foil detail of the Tiefossi logo. The first couple pages of this notebook are blank, so there's no dots anywhere, and then the actual dotted pages start around this third page. The dots themselves are actually pretty light, like I don't know if you guys can see on camera, but they're not very detectable, which is really good for photos and stuff. And then each page is numbered, which I really like. I love to keep track of what page I'm on, especially if I'm doing like a content page at the beginning of the journal. Okay, so moving on, the journal comes with these two bookmark ribbons that are also in a matching dark green color to the notebook's cover page. And then I kind of just wanted to test out how flat the notebook can lie. And honestly, though it can lay down flat if I put pressure on the sides, it's sort of staying up on the sides like this. But I think that might have something to do with the thickness of the pages and how many pages there are in the notebook. It doesn't really bother me, but I do wish it didn't take so much pressure for me to lay it flat. So at the back of the notebook, there's a pocket, which is always a must-have for me in my bullet journal because I have a lot of stickers and die cuts and just other materials that I like to slip into the notebook when I'm not using them yet. And then finally, this notebook comes with an elastic enclosure in the same color as the pen and the bookmark ribbons. So yeah, that's the outside of the journal covered and a little look into the inside as well. I think now the main thing is testing how durable the pages are and what kind of pens and stationery we can actually use on this journal. So I'm excited to do a little pen test. So let's do a little pen test on this back page here. So these pens right here is the lineup we're going to be testing today. They're just kind of the pens that I use most often in my bullet journal, starting from basic ballpoint pens to a few more inky pens, then my Tombow pens, the color markers that I use, and then finally to end with some really thick alcohol-based markers such as the Sharpie and my trusty Ohuhu. We're keeping everything green themed today for the aesthetic. Okay, so like I said, we're gonna start on the back page here just so that if anything bleeds through or gets ruined, it's not a big deal. And also there wasn't a dedicated pen test page, so we're just making this one ourselves. So what I'm gonna do is write down the name of each pen that I use next to a little swatch. And in the meantime, I will tell you a little bit about myself and why I started this channel today. So my name's Hannah and I've been bullet journaling for a really long time now. I started when I was in high school and now I've actually graduated university. So yeah, a very long time. I started posting my bullet journaling a couple years ago. I think it was right after COVID or maybe actually a little bit after that. And it's been really fun being able to share my designs and my process with the bullet journal community and seeing what other people will post and create. But I think I got a little overwhelmed with posting or felt like I had to post a lot, and that was starting to suck the fun out of bullet journaling because I genuinely love bullet journaling as a hobby and not just as a social media skill. So I took a little break from posting on my Instagram, but I did keep journaling on my own time just so that I could rediscover why I love it. And it's also a really good hobby for keeping me productive throughout the week. And so now that we're coming into the second half of the year, I knew I had to start a new bullet journal because my old one was coming to an end, and I was just thinking about whether I should go back into posting, but I wanted to try something new aside from Instagram. So I thought about doing long form videos like this one, and I thought, you know what, like why not just start a YouTube channel and see where that goes? So yeah, I thought what better way to start this channel than unboxing my new bullet journal and showing you guys how I'm going to do the whole setup for the next 6 months. Because then that's a fresh start, not just for me and my bullet journal, but also a good way to start this channel, and hopefully this will also ignite a new passion for me in 2026, even though we're halfway through the year. And yeah, my aim is just to post weekly or at least fortnightly with some sort of bullet journal or stationery or arts and crafts kind of content. I studied design in university and I'm just a super creative person in general. I always have been, even when I was a kid. So anything that involves creating or productivity in general, it just makes me really happy. I also am a Christian. I absolutely love Jesus. So I definitely want to build this channel on his firm foundation because everything I have today is because of him, and I'm so grateful for that. I always love to put in Bible verses in my bullet journal in places of where quotes will usually go. So yeah, you will be seeing a lot of that from me as well. But yeah, I'm excited to see over the next 6 months how this channel grows, how committed I am to creating creative content, and I'm excited to see who joins me on this journey along the way. I think one of the best things about bullet journaling is the community I've got to build on Instagram, and now I'm really excited to see that community grow around me into YouTube as well. Anyways, we're getting to the end of the pen test here, and I'm up to the Sharpie permanent marker pen. And honestly, I'm not expecting much for the Sharpie because if you've ever used a Sharpie, you know it will bleed through everything. It's just, I think, higher in alcohol content, so as long as the pages withstand up to where I've used the mild liner, I'd be pretty happy with this journal. And in saying that, I definitely don't expect the paper to hold up to the Ohuhu because I have never seen a marker bleed as much as an Ohuhu. They are definitely rich in ink and alcohol, but I just wanted to test it anyway just to see how much it might bleed through. Okay, reveal in 3, 2, 1. Oh my goodness, wait, that is so good. Do you guys see that there's literally like nothing until the Ohuhu marker, which you can kind of see has bled through a little bit at the edge. But honestly, guys, I'm really surprised. Wait, I'm shocked. Where's the Sharpie? It hasn't bled through at all. It's barely even ghosted. That's actually so good, like wow. So this is where I've done the Ohuhu and the Sharpie, but only the Ohuhu has bled through. And even then, I kind of thought it might transfer onto the second page here. But yeah, if I hold it up to the light, you can see a little bit of ghosting from maybe the Sharpie, definitely the Ohuhu, and you can kind of see the other pens. But yeah, overall, I'm actually pleasantly surprised. And I think part of the reason why I'm so surprised is because this Tiefossi journal is definitely one of the more affordable dotted journals you can get on the market. So if you're just starting out for the first time on a bullet journal and you want a journal with quality paper, but you don't want to pay the steep price point for the dotted notebooks that are also on the market at the moment, I would definitely say to go for this one because I'm really happy with it. It looks like I can use a good range of mediums on the paper and I haven't sacrificed on quality at all. And obviously the actual look of the journal, it's beautiful, it looks very luxurious, the pages are a perfect shade of white, and the dots are just light enough that I can't see them too much, but dark enough that it'll act as a good guide for any future spreads. Yeah, overall, I think I'm definitely going to love using this journal, and I'm really excited to see how I fill it out over the next 6 months. If you've made it to the end of this video, thank you so much for watching. And if you think you might like the kind of content I'm going to be posting, please follow along. I would love to have you join me on this journey and be part of my new growing community. Thanks, guys. I love you. Jesus loves you, and I will see you in my next video.